Welcome back, everyone. I'm Aric from Rare Candy, and today, as you can see, we're going to be checking out a new single prize deck. This is going to be the new Malamar, and I have to come clean. I thought this deck was going to be complete flaming F tier hot garbage. I don't know if you saw my set review recently, but I was kind of harsh on this card and was not really convinced it was going to do a whole lot. But deck has actually been a little bit better than I kind of anticipated. I built this kind of just for fun to do kind of a meme deck on the channel, but actually been doing better than I anticipated. So this is what we are going to be checking out today. But before we get any deeper into this video, if you guys can't remember to crush that like button, it genuinely does help get this video seen by more people. And if you need any cards to complete this Malamar deck or any others, you can check out our friends at PTCGO Use that coupon code RARECANDY at checkout to save yourself some money. And all of our patrons at patreon.com/RareCandyTCG also have their own exclusive discount code for even bigger savings. But hopping back into this deck here, if you guys aren't too familiar with the new Malamar, it's a new Rapid Strike card, and it has just one attack for a Psychic Energy. You reveal any number of Rapid Strike cards from your hand, and it does 40 for each card you revealed in this way, and you shuffle those back into your deck. So in theory, we can like kind of one-shot anything, but you know, I was very skeptical of how decent this attack would be. I thought it would be kind of difficult to chain these attacks and do any meaningful amount of damage, but we have a lot of search options, a lot of ways at finding additional Rapid Strike cards, and so yeah, I think some of the support that we have for Malamar is kind of what makes it a half decent sort of single prize deck. So let's take a look at the rest of the Pokemon. We have a 3/3 Octillery. Even though we can only use one Rapid Strike search per turn, playing the 3/3 line just because it helps us find Octillery easier when we need it, and also we can shuffle these back into our deck when we have our excess copies that we no longer need. So Rapid Strike Search is great just because it allows us to effectively do 40 more damage per turn every time we use this ability. And the other key Rapid Strike Pokemon is going to be a 4/3/2 Inteleon line. So Inteleon here has the quick shooting ability. We can put 2 damage counters on one of our opponent's Pokemon. This is also a Rapid Strike card, meaning that we can shuffle it back into our deck in the early game before we get these set up to still do damage. And we did get a new Sobble as well that is a Rapid Strike card, which honestly has kind of a half decent attack, I will point out as well. Now, unfortunately, our Drizzile is not a Rapid Strike Pokemon, but Shady Dealings is such a good ability. I mean, it's too good still not to play, just being able to search for any traded card when we evolve into it. Now, if you will notice, I actually do not have the Sword and Shield Inteleon, which also has a great ability. I definitely would like to include it, but finding space for everything I wanted in this list was really tough. As you can see, I only have one Boss's Orders, which is definitely a card I would like higher counts of, but yeah, had to make cuts somewhere, guys, and the Sword and Shield Inteleon was unfortunately one of those cards. But we also have a copy of Mew to protect our bench, and an Oricorio GX. Oricorio is actually super important for this deck. For that Dance of Tribute ability, we can draw 3 cards if one of our Pokemon was knocked out on our opponent's last turn. So ideally with this Malamar deck, we don't really want to play supporter cards like Research or Marnie that reduce our hand size. We want to just keep expanding our hand size, and Oricorio is one of our key ways at being able to do that. But getting into the rest of our deck, ignoring just kind of our basic search cards, some of the other interesting inclusions we have, a couple of Tower of Waters for free retreat, and of course it's a Rapid Strike card. We also have 3 copies of Burslie, which is a card I actually wouldn't mind a 4th copy of, but again, space issues. But search your deck for 3 Rapid Strike Pokemon, reveal them, put them onto your bench. So normally this would be a card I really do not like, and again, in my set review for Chilling Reign, I was very harsh on this, but Burslie is a card that even if you're not using it in the mid to late game, it still is a card that you can shuffle back into your deck to do more damage. So you're still getting utility out of it, kind of no matter what stage of the game that you're in. And our other supporters are also kind of interesting as well. For Karina's Focus, just draw until you have 6 is a Rapid Strike supporter. But then we also have 4 Lily's Full Force. This is a card I honestly never thought I would ever play in a deck, but this is actually a genuinely really good draw supporter for the Malamar deck. We draw 4 cards, so just having that nice straight draw to expand our hand size is really solid. But at the end of this turn, if you have 3 or more cards in your hand, shuffle cards from your hand into your deck until you just have 2 remaining. So the reason this really isn't a big deal for our deck is because we're already shuffling cards back in with our attacks. So this downside really isn't even a big deal. So effectively most of the time this is just going to read draw 4, which is great. And our other draw card we have is going to be 4 copies of Lucky Egg. So one of the things with this Malamar deck is every time we attack, we're going to be reducing our hand size very low. So Lucky Egg is a way that we can refill our hand size to where, like, if our opponent knocks out our Malamar with a Lucky Egg, we're going to draw till we have 7. Draw per turn is 8 cards, OHKO is 11. Then if we play a Lily's Full Force, that's another 4, and an Octillery on top of that. Yeah, I mean, your hand can just go crazy with all these like hand expanding cards that we're running. So Lucky Egg, I think a very important card. I would not cut out of this deck at all. And looking at our energy, we have 2 basic Psychics, which isn't that bad. We can find them when we want them with Fog Crystal and get them back with Ordinary Rod. But then 4 copies of Spiral Energy. Of course, this can provide our Psychic Energy, and it's a Rapid Strike card we can shuffle back in our deck when we're not using them. So yeah, this is going to be the Malamar deck we're checking out, guys. This deck just in general is kind of a fun deck building experiment too. I'll probably keep tweaking this and messing with other variants of this, but yeah, the Malamar deck, it's been a lot of fun, and it's been a little bit better than I expected as well, which has also been kind of rewarding. But let's hop into some games and see how this deck is going to do. All right, let's go and call the coin flip here. Now, we do lose the flip, but I was going to say, I actually don't mind going second with this deck just because I found that a lot of times there's not a whole lot you can really play from your hand if you're going first. So I found that going second helps you get set up a little bit better. And yeah, we have the Burslie and the level ball. So we're actually looking pretty good for this next turn. Here's a weakness card energy. Don't really care about that. Gonna switch into the Moltres. Discarding a weakness card energies. They probably wish that was a dark energy right here, but that way they could use Moltres' ability. Eternatus is definitely a very annoying Pokemon because it's like just 20 HP outside of needing 8 cards to knock it out. We have to actually shuffle 9 back in deck, which is really dumb. Let's see. Just go for Sobble. Yeah, that seems pretty good to me. We'll get down a Lucky Egg in case they do knock out the active, of course. And I think we will level ball as well for another Sobble here. We do have OHKO. Let's see. We do have more Remoraid's in case they do knock out. I mean, maybe we should even go for another Remoraid, but it just feels bad to have 2 Octilleries on the field. Like, if they whiff the KO this turn, I really don't want 2. So we probably want 2 Sobbles in play no matter what, though. So we'll do this, and there's not really a point of getting down a, I guess just a draw more. But if they have Liepard, they could go Liepard, get rid of this Lucky Egg, knockout. So I think we're just gonna. It's tough. We'll get greedy. We'll put down the extra Lucky Egg and pass. So that way we can draw 1 more card if this guy does get knocked out. And we have the Lily's Full Force on this next turn as well. Now, unfortunately, our hand is pretty barren in terms of Rapid Strike cards, so we're going to need a good bit here. There's an Absol. Don't really care about that too much. Okay, we see a Zigzagoon. Not worried about that. Now, if they're playing like Scoop Up Nets and stuff like that, there is a world where they could cheat a knockout, but I think Scoop Up Nets have generally kind of fallen out of favor with Eternatus in recent months. But hey, they are targeting down that Sobble. We could even see like a boss power accelerator at some point. Who knows, but. And there's a Marnie. Okay, I mean, I'm fine with that. No matter what, if we get knocked out, our hand gets refilled either way. This hand's honestly not too bad, guys. So let's see if we can get all pretty good cards to draw, I would say. Can we get a KO on Eternatus? That's what I am skeptical of, though. So we definitely We definitely Lily's full force no matter what. We have Fog Crystal to grab Oricorio, but if we draw Oricorio with this, I'd rather save this to get another Rapid Strike card, potentially. So we'll do this no matter what. Or we could even use this for a basic Psychic instead of using the Spiral Energy. So let's go for the Lily's full force. Okay, this looks pretty good so far, guys. Definitely get down Oricorio. We have Drizzile as well. So what are we trying to draw here? Let's see. Dance Tribute. Ooh, are we gonna be able to get a knockout here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, we need basic energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need, I think we're going to be like just shy. Because we can evolve. Well, even if we do 8, that's honestly not bad because Inteleon will allow us to snipe Eternatus. So I'm still okay doing that if that's what we have to do. Alright, so yeah, let's go for the Drizzile here. What do we want to grab? Probably just Brawly, I would imagine. Yeah, and we can Fog Crystal or a Psychic Energy. Alright, so we're going to do a lot of damage, but it's going to be just shy of where we need to be, right? So double check them one last time, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just shy. But again, this Inteleon will allow us to pick off this Eternatus potentially on this next turn. So let's go. But, I mean, even still, even though we didn't technically get the one-shot, that's still a ton of damage for this thing. I'm going to put the Ordinary Rod back in deck, or... I'll do the Lucky Egg. Because Ordinary Rod... Oh, wait, no. We need to save these, put the Lucky Egg back. Because Ordinary Rod will allow us to get Rapid Strike cards back in our deck, at least. But... yeah, if they actually target down Drizzile, that would be annoying. There's the Tool Scrapper. Feels bad. So that's 2 Lucky Eggs down. We still have 2 more, though. And luckily, we still have a supporter, and we have Oricorio, so... okay, so we're good. We just need to draw Inteleon, and we're going to have a pretty good turn. Well, we need a good bit else, too. But if we can draw 3 prizes, plus Oricorio and Lily, we should be able to draw a ton this turn. Hey, Remoraid, that is good. So what do we want to hit first? I think we Ordinary Rod first. We don't mind drawing into our Malamar line here. So let's go for the Dance of Tribute before we do anything else. Okay, we will Lily's full force. Alright, so right now things are still slightly sketchy, but here's what we can do. We can level ball, go for Drizzile, go for Evolution Incense, oop, not that. We want Inteleon. So that will allow us to get the KO effectively here. Drawing 3 prizes, so that might help us chain into an attacker as well. So 2 damage here. Alright, so we need some good stuff here. Let's see what we can get. We have Evolution Incense, that's good. Octori, that's fine. And Karina, don't really care about that. there's a Zigzagoon. Okay, so. All right, yeah, we're actually in a good spot, guys, because we can go Evolution Incense here. Grab Malamar. And level wall for another Inkay. Okay, so we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Level ball. Inkay, and man, we are about to be given Eternatus the hands over here. And then from there, just go for the Rapid Strike Tentacles, and we will sure do this. I don't know if it matters too much. Yeah, I don't think it particularly matters. Because we're going to have to put stuff back in our deck with Lily either way, so I don't know why I'm thinking too hard about this, but okay, we get an Inkay, that's good. Okay, so we'll keep Karina, and we will keep Octillery. Seems good. Okay, so we just have to nuke an Eternatus, and that's going to be game. But can we get there? There's a reset stamp. Okay, kind of annoying. Well, we drew one of the cards that we wanted, at least. And actually, the Inkay is not awful either. And actually, having the Inteleon play also really good, though, guys. Because we can set this up to only need 8 Pokemon with the shuffle in rather than 9. So I think even if we whiff the one-shot, I think eventually with these extra damage counters, we're going to be able to pick off this Eternatus at some point anyways. So right now, feeling really good about the spot that we're going to be in. Now, what would be... Okay, Crushing Hammer. Not a particularly great card against our deck. Now, if they went like Great Catcher Knockout as well, that would be annoying. But we have the Octillery in hand either way, so... Oh, and they do whiff. That's actually really big, guys. So let's go ahead. We'll do the... Well, before we do anything else, we will just evolve. How many energy are we down? Just the one. Let's go ahead and Rapid Strike Search. And let me also see what we have in deck. We do have our boss. Like, a part of me actually just wants to go for an Inteleon and just start, like, putting damage here. I actually don't hate that. And let's just double check that we have our other Psychic Energy in deck. We do. Okay, so we can use the Fog Crystal for that as well. Because I actually don't care about this knockout either way. Yeah, so like we could shuffle the Inkay and do 40. I don't think that really matters. So I'm fine actually just leaving Zigzagoon active. Yeah, and just kind of trapping it there. Okay, but there's the Dark Energy. There's the Retreat. Okay, they're just going to knock us out with Moltres. I'm actually fine with that. Moltres is a pretty easy Pokemon for us to deal with. Oh, but there's a boss. That does change things. That does change things for us. Okay, so they're down to 190 with 2 snipes. That's 150. Oh, Lily's Full Force. That's a dope top deck here, or a dope draw. I might save this in case we get another Ordinary Rod. So let's actually go for the Lily's Full Force. So let's see, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. So, what, we have to do 4, right? That's it? So we should have it. Because we can go Fog Crystal here, grab this. Yeah, and we got there, guys. The Intellions really did pull their weight in this game, too. We'll just grab Octillery, and then, yeah, Rapid Strike Tentacles for the game here. So, I gotta say, even if they were attacking us with Eternatus, the Intellions really did help fix our math a lot here. So, whew. Yeah, taking down Big Bad Eternatus always feels good with like a rogue sort of meme deck like this. So, hell yeah, that's what's up. Alright, we see a Dark Coin over here, so could be Eternatus, hard to say. I've been playing against a lot of Eternatus on the ladder lately, so there is a good chance of that. It's like one of those decks where you don't really need a whole lot of new stuff. You just need a couple of Galarian Moltres, really. And it doesn't take like a million packs to build right now compared to like Calyrex, which obviously people are trying to build and chase down PTCGO. But let's see what they're going to be playing. They're going to take a mulligan, which would definitely be odd for Eternatus. But hey, it is. Yeah, that's fine with me, though. Going second with this hand, honestly not too bad either, though, guys, because we have the Karina's Focus. We have actually the attack on Saba, which isn't awful either. So, yes, we would like to draw an extra card. So we do have the Lily's Full Force, but it's not really a card that I like using until we have our whole engine set up, because we really don't want to put a bunch of cards back into our deck right away. There's going to be a Chaotic Swell. Don't really care about that. I mean, maybe getting on Tower of Waters in theory could be good at some point, but I don't think we're stressing too much about it. Okay, that's actually a really good top deck. From there, we'll grab a Fog Crystal. So let's say we do have our OHKO in deck. That's actually really important to note. And actually, maybe there's a world where we should have saved this Fog Crystal for the OHKO on next turn, but that's okay. And I think I'm actually just going to save this hand, because we can fill our bench with Saba already, so there's no point in burning Rapid Strike supporters if we don't have to. So yeah, just gonna go for the Keep Calling over here. Gonna grab Remoraid and 2 Saba. Seems good. Like, if they knock this guy out, fine. If not, hey, we have 3 Sabals, we have 3 Driziles in deck, so yeah, this is like kind of like the ideal board spot for us. You know, there's a boss taking out Inkay. You know, I'm kind of okay with that. Okay, Zigzagoon's coming down, so they might be trying to maybe set up like a Power Accelerator knockout on this guy at some point. So we're going to see an E-Switch hit the bin. So no doubt they're going to be looking for their VMAX here and an attachment. Okay, we see a communication. Okay, there is their VMAX. Do they have a way to attack, though? That's the next question. And there's the E-Switch. So, yeah, they are going to guarantee the attack here, which is kind of annoying, but it's expected as well. Ooh, now, this could be annoying. Clutch actually could be a stupid attack. Actually, it's probably not that bad. Well, let's promote Inkay here. So let's see, how are we going to approach this turn? I think we Lily's Full Force first before committing to the Evolution Incense. Depending on what we hit here, we'll use Evolution Incense to draw the remaining combo pieces we need. That's actually pretty good, I do have to say. So more likely we're not going to take a knockout on Eternatus, but so we'll do this. We'll Evolution Incense, grab ourselves an Octillery. Rapid Strike Search, grab another Inkay. And what do we want to grab with Drizzile? That's the next question. Because I feel like it's pointless not to play the Drizzile, because we want to get Inteleons and play ASAP. So... I guess maybe just set up for our next turn. So yeah, let's grab a trainer card here. Maybe even just grab another Rapid Strike card to put back in deck. I don't hate that either. But we already have a lot we can put back, so... Let's see, if we do 4... actually, let's grab a Lucky Egg. That actually seems really good. Okay, so yeah, I like this turn. So we'll get rid of all of these, save the Lily's Full Force, and we have the Lucky Egg as well to help us out. So things could get a little bit annoying if they target down Octillery, but we still have our draw supporter either way. So right now I feel kind of okay about this spot. You know, I think we're content going for a 2-shot here. We can maybe set up our Inteleon as well if we want to fix our math a little bit too, but there's a boss. Taking out the Octillery, kind of as I was saying, but hey, we do have the Lily's Full Force still to hopefully bail us out of this hand. Okay, there's going to be another Eternatus. So is that 2 bosses of orders we've seen so far from them? Yeah, 2. So that's actually good though, because that means it might be harder for them to boss or Choreo in the late game. That's actually a pretty good draw as well. I'm going to hold off on benching this because we might prefer Oricorio. We'll have to see. Let's go for the Lily's Full Force here. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't quite get there, guys, but we can at least get this in play. This feels bad. If we do 3, that's 120. I think we're just going to take this turn to like kind of reset up our board a little bit here. Because we're going to have to... Yeah, we're going to have to 3-shot this Eternus technically. Our draw off this Lily's Full Force was not that great. So... Sure, I guess we'll do this. I kind of like the idea of setting up damage on this next one too, though. But... yeah, that's tricky. But... this is fine. This is definitely the big threat that we're facing right now. And we'll get down Remoraid again here. And we could Ordinary Rod. But I think I'm going to save it for after this Malamar gets knocked out, probably. And yeah, just go for the Rapid Strike Tentacles, put Brawly back in deck. And hopefully they don't have another boss, because I would really love for them to activate this Lucky Egg so we could reset up our hand a little bit here. Not having Octillery kind of hurt us that turn. That definitely would have been a good Pokemon to have in play, but is what it is. And hopefully, since our opponent has played 2 boss already, they won't be able to boss again this turn. And hopefully finally force them to deal with our... And of course they have the Liepard. Are they playing Scrapper? Or no, just the Liepard so far. That's so annoying. Alright, so... let's promote the Inkay. Really would have loved that Lucky Egg to work. So what do we want to draw into? I'm going to draw into Oricorio, but like we need another Inkay and another Malamar. So let's do both. God, yeah. Man, some of these plays our opponent's doing has just been super well timed. I mean, it's just kind of an awkward turn, to be honest, guys. Level ball, grab Inkay. I mean, I wish we had another bench spot open at this point. That's what I really wish, to be honest, but so we'll do this. And like we could get this just feels so bad. Like we could set up a new Malamar to do 40 and then we still don't knock this thing out. Ugh, man. I think we actually just preemptively grab the Malamar and leave it at that, if I'm being honest, guys. Or maybe even preemptively grab the Spiral Energy. I don't hate that. Because if we get Marnied, I don't want Malamar to go to the bottom of our deck here. So, yeah. Yeah, I know this seems like a weird turn, but we're just going to pass. Let the Inkay get knocked out. Oh wait, we want to keep this and this. I also don't want to get these down because Eternatus frequently does play hammers. We haven't seen any so far, but that's also, I think, partially because they can just one-shot us anyway, so hammers aren't too relevant. Oh, you know what? We can actually take a knockout with Inteleon next turn if we really want to. As we can do 70 plus the 20 snipe. But I really want to keep this guy in play to start setting up damage over here. But there's a Marnie. That's kind of what I was talking about, guys. I didn't want to just sit on the Malamar in my hand when it might get put to the bottom of our deck. Okay, there's the Dread End. So yeah, we really have to make something happen this turn, or I think we're just kind of destined to lose this one. This is really our last chance. Fog Crystal, that's a good card to get. So we'll definitely do this. So they have 2 prizes remaining. So we have to win in 2 attacks, essentially. So we'll just grab the 2 Inkay just to make sure we can find them whenever we need them here. Alright, so Fog Crystal. Kind of want to go for this because we can always use Octillery to find our other Inkay if we whiff. Okay, so Korean's Focus. Alright. So let's go for the Rapid Strike Surge, grab our Malamar. So next turn we need some crazy stuff to happen for us. So yes, we'll get down another Inkay. Evolve over here. So how much damage do we actually need to do? We need to do 2 Rapid Strike cards, which is definitely doable. So let's go for the Quick Shooting. So 2 here. What do we actually want to get? That's the next question as well. I think we really want a Drizzile down to be able to evolve into an Inteleon next turn. Well, actually maybe not, to be honest. Yeah, sorry, let's just do this. Because Inteleon, we just need that. Like, we would actually rather have Inteleon in hand next turn more than anything. So let's just do this. Seems pretty good. So Lucky Egg, Level Ball, and Artillery. So ideally, I'd love a way to get our OHKO. We have 1 Fog Crystal left, so we actually can do that. So we can probably use Drizzile for that. So there's going to be a Marty. I'm actually okay with that. Again, we have the Lucky Egg. God forbid our opponent has like a Tool Scrapper in addition to Liepard here. But hey, this is actually workable for the moment. All right, so moment of truth, guys. Can we get the one shot? We need 8 Rapid Strike cards. So we have this guy already. And I think we're like almost basically there. Let's see. Okay, we do have... Okay, we're out of basic energy, so we have to use Spiral Energy no matter what here. So we'll go for Drizzile. I want to go for Lily's Full Force as our supporter of choice. We do still have an Evolution Incense, so we could grab another Drizzile if we want to go for our Fog Crystal. So that seems good. And we want to save our Artillery as well for the moment. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I think we can get there, guys. So we have the Artillery. Rapid Strike Search. We'll just grab Teleon. That's fine. I'm pretty sure Evolution Incense will get us the rest of the way there. So let's just double check our math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the Evolution Incense will make 8, and that is going to be the knockout only turret. So this is actually a really big nail biter match, guys, but we got there by the skin of our teeth after that sort of awkward mid game we had. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that is going to be the game for the one shot. And Teleon, that 20 damage snipe coming in absolutely clutch here this game. So yeah, really been liking Inteleon a lot in this deck. You know, I originally had some lists without it, but as soon as I got in some games with it, I realized this is definitely the way. Alright guys, thanks so much for coming by and checking out this crazy Malamar deck here. I do apologize that I couldn't find many better matches. I was playing against Dark like all night whenever I recorded these, so I was hoping to get some other archetypes to play against, but hey, that's just what the ladder served up today. But I guess you'll know that, hey, weakness doesn't matter with Malamar. You can still beat Dark apparently pretty decently. So yeah, definitely feel free to check out this Malamar deck, guys. It really did pleasantly surprise me. It's doing a lot better than I thought it would. Granted, that being said, I'm not convinced this is like tier 1 by any means, just because it does have some issues. Like, as you can see, there's not really space for things like heavy bosses orders counts or great catchers and stuff like that. So I think that is definitely going to be one of the big inherent downsides to this. But hey, hitting psychic weakness is still really good in the game right now. Giving up just a single prize, attacking for 1 attachment, having an unlimited damage cap, all really good things. So yeah, Malamar, it's actually been one of my, I think more enjoyed single prize decks that I've been experimenting with so far. But if you guys did enjoy today's content, of course, smack that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. That way you'll stay up to date whenever my next video drops. And if you want to take your support to the next level, you can also become a patron over at patreon.com/rarecandytcg or pick up some merch over at rarecandytcg.com. It would mean a lot. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.